Greybor Guide for Unfair Difficulty from level 1 to 20. Greybor can be valid, okay, but he's so freaking boring to play. But if you enjoy those right-click characters, then Greybor is the one for you. I personally find him extremely boring in terms of lore, in terms of story, in terms of dialogues, in terms of gameplay. Everything about him is straight up dead boring, but let's make him valid for unfair. Over here you can check the stats for Greybor. Attack goes above 50, solid, very solid saves, solid armor class. You were supposed to burst with Greybor, deal a lot of sneak attack damage, pick your targets with studied target, okay? Go into the fight, not the first, you go with a tank, then you go with a Greybor. That's about it with him, okay? He also has Quarry, which is extremely useful for the entire team to hurt the specific target. Basically, it's a right-click boss killer, okay? Target focus. What we need from skills. From skills for Greybor, we need perception and mobility and athletics as well as stealth. That's very easy to get, you don't need anything else. Just stick with this 4 and you're good to go. Now let's pass through Greybor inventory, through his items. The helmet that's very good on Greybor is Shy Lily's helmet. For amulet it's classic from +1 to +6, +7, armor class up. Goggles of Malocchio are the only valid option on Greybor. Basically, I'll be honest, there is no good goggles for Greybor. They don't exist in a game. This is the best you can give him and they suck also. 4. Armor, medium armor suits the best on Greybor, or some great light armor. Make sure that it's mithril or adamantine. Cape, cloak, classic from +1 to +7, all saves up. For a robe, Lore Master's robe is solid because it gives reflex, but frankly there are no good robes for Greybor. Belt is quite classic. At the start, when you find Greybor, you will need dexterity, strength, constitution. After that, just transfer to belts of perfection, +4, +6, +8. For ring, also very simple, flat ring of protection from +1 to +7. For his other ring, I gave him Revered Champion. There are a lot of good rings, okay, that you can use on Greybor. Basically everything that's gonna raise up damage, or attack, or saves is good on Greybor. I gave him this one because of the immunity on movement impairing conditions. For bracers, bracers of heavy hand are absolutely the best ones that you can equip on Greybor. For gloves, Fencer's Gift is absolutely the best that you can equip on Greybor. But basically speaking about bracers and gloves, again everything that's gonna raise his attack and his damage is valid. For boots, I found Boots of Stampede to be the best option because he has a lot of athletics and this one will scale some damage through athletics. Weapons, you can only use Dwarven Vorax if you want him to scale, and that would be Mighty Advisor and Behemoth Chopper. Greybor's Mythic Path, Mythic leveling. The first one you're gonna get is No Brain, Less Stand. The second one would be 2-weapon fighting Mythic. The third one would be a Leading Strike. The fourth one would be improved critical Mythic on a Dwarven Vorax. The fifth one, Thundering Blows, hit even when you miss. The sixth one would be Mythic Sneak Attacker. The seventh one would be Ruptured Restraints, so he doesn't get crowd controlled. The 8th one would be Weapon Focus Mythic on a Dwarven Vorax. The 9th one would be Unrelenting Assault, so he becomes a complete beast when he hits. And the 10th one would be Flawless Attacks. Everything goes towards damage and crowd control, or better to say, defense against annoying enemies' spells. Leveling. Classic leveling for Greybor. We stick with the Slayer till the very end. And that's about it. Let's go through the feats and I'll explain what to take and when to take. Greybor comes with a 2-weapon fighting, with a weapon focus and Dwarven Vorax, and with accomplished sneak attacker. After that, it's your time to level him up. So, Hammer the Gap is great. Power attack after it. Improved critical on a Dwarven Vorax. Blind Fight. staggering critical, Iron Will, and improved Iron Will. He will receive sneak attack on every 3rd level. He will receive quarry and insta quarry for free. He will receive a classic nuke attack on level 20. And as far as his Slayer talents go, we're gonna take Double Slice, Weakening Wound, Improved Weapon Fighting, Slow Reactions, Critical Focus, Greater to Weapon Fighting, Varying Strike, Improved Uncanny Dodge, and Improved Blind Fight. Now, because I was giving the entire team feat, that means that we're gonna need on Greybor Seize the Moment, Shake It Off, Precise Strike, and Outflank. Those would be 4 feats that we need to exchange right now. So what you can exchange? You can exchange Iron Will, you can exchange Blind Fight, or you can exchange Staggering Critical, or even better, Power Attack. If you play on unfair difficulty, you don't need it because it's even harder to hit with a Power Attack. So basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch, 4. Seize the Moment, Shake It Off, Precise Strike, Outflank. That's about it. You really won't lose much. Stats will remain literally the same. Here you can check Greybor's stats, pause when you want. He doesn't have a spellbook. And now we're gonna pass through his abilities, pause when you want to, and I'm gonna hover over everything. This comes from Aeon. A lot of feats on Greybor. These would be racial traits. How to play Greybor. As I said, go in 2nd or 3rd into a fight after your tank. Of course, you can always go 1st when you exploit less stands on your tanks, so Greybor exploits his own last stand and then you can rest. For playing Greybor, it's very, very simple. You switch off this on a harder difficulties, you turn it on easier difficulties. Power attack. What you're gonna do is study a target, alright? Make quarry on a target and nuke it out with a Master Slayer. After that, you right click on enemies and you repeat the process. There's nothing to say about it. It's like playing Diablo 1 in 96 with Aiden. You know, right click. That will be it for Greybor.